shit? What the shit? Shit!
Ah yes, The Walking Dead Destinies. Now, I've been holding off on doing a video for this game because I still kind of don't know how I feel about this game. As soon as you start off, you've got 3 difficulties. None of them really change a lot. 1 or 2 missions later on maybe a bit more challenging. So after that, you then walk around the hospital and walk around some more. Honestly, there's a huge amount of walking around the hospital. I didn't realise until I was watching back the footage. But yep, then you get your first look into how overpowered you actually are in this game. Right off the bat, you can see enemies through walls. You can see their movement, see where they're going to go. It's basically just like Rick Grimes merged with Batman, right? And it's funny that I mention that because there's something else I want to show you.
In the smoke, you cannot see me. I'm just here, but I'm in the smoke, so I'm invisible, I guess? Awesome.
So, after now being able to confirm that Rick Grimes is indeed the Batman of this universe, we exit the hospital and we get a first glimpse outside, right? Not gonna lie, so far, I was quite excited.
That's a lot.
So, being able to track the enemy's movements, where they were, which way they were going to go, made this bit incredibly easy, and there's actually a second achievement here if you go through the entire thing without getting seen, so that was nice. Rick then finds a lonesome woman and thinks, hey look, maybe all the military personnel didn't make it, but maybe this one woman here did, and oh no, she's a zombie and now he's dead, but then Morgan comes out of nowhere and boom! Storyline. I love it. And then they go back and forth for ages, going, hey, look, you've been bit. He's like, I haven't been bit. He's like, you have been bit. I can see it. He's like, it's not. It's a gunshot. He's like, it's not a gunshot. It's a bite. And he's like, no, I promise it's not a bite. It's a gunshot. And back and forth, back and forth. This actually continues until I end up looking like this. So immediately after this, we find this conveniently placed cop car with a sheriff's uniform. So now I'm starting to feel a bit more like Rick Grimes. I mean, I don't look like him, but I feel like him. So this entire mission here is basically just showing you the controls, teaching you what to do, and I must admit that the zombie killing in this game is so satisfying no matter how you choose to do it. Now this was another element I really liked about the game. I just walked through an entire street wiping out walkers one at a time and feeling like a badass while I was doing it. And then as soon as I come to this mission, where there is maybe 4 or 5 at once, I struggled.
Get out of here!
Oh my god, there's 4 of them on me there. I can get swarmed by them, it's not just one. Okay. Okay. Alright, right.
I am really hoping YouTube is merciful with some of this footage because there is a lot of copyrighted Walking Dead music. Now, I liked a lot about this. This made me feel overpowered when I was fighting zombies on their own, but then there were certain elements where I knew I couldn't take too many of them. So I really liked how that was done. And that continues into the next episode where we finally get to Atlanta after being on the radio with some unknown survivor. And I just continued sweeping them one by one until I'd seen more than one.
There are loads over there, we are not falling into that.
A few moments later.
Let me just...
Now, a lot of this game so far seems to be done quite lazily, right? Lazily? Is that a word? Anyway, so I really liked how it dropped you into a horde of walkers, and the only thing you could actually do is try to escape because you were not taking on all of them. And I liked how it transitioned from the street to the tank and then immediately switches over to Glenn talking to him, and now you've got Glenn as a playable character. I mean, admittedly I had to restart because it wouldn't let me climb objects, but Glenn. Then we reach another problem I had with this game. I found skill points, which sounds amazing, but I never stopped finding skill points, and I'm talking like 13 at a time, right? 27 skill points here, the first skill points I picked up, and it never stopped, which sounds amazing, but I had all my characters maxed out when I was under halfway through the campaign. It didn't really change as much as I thought it would, but it just felt like it shouldn't have been that easy. The skill progression wasn't deep enough and didn't really add enough to the game, considering it was so easy to get them as well. I thought if they're that easy to get, you must need a shit ton of them, or there must be a lot more you can do with them. But I ended the game with over 400 unspent skill points. However, then we go straight back into a part of the game that I really like. Now, All this footage here is my first time reaction to the game, the first time I played the game. My combat obviously isn't brilliant at the moment, and the choices that I make could be better, right? But it is where it is, that's what these games are about, and that's part of the experience. So we're just going to go off my first footage. So continuing the Walking Dead story, T-Dog and Merle get into a conflict, and I actually have a choice to defuse the situation, and I can side with one or the other. Now, wanting to take this to a different place, I end up siding with Merle because I think he'd be a really cool companion, and he's quite a cool character.
You best shut the hell up!
Or what? You gonna come up here and shut my mouth for me? Hey, kick off them damn high heels and climb, son.
Doing this took the story to a whole new place where Merle now ties up T-Dog and walks away, and T-Dog's not happy.
If I get loose, you better pray. You hear me? You redneck piece of shit! You hear me?
I didn't want that.
So right after making my first conflicting choice, I am thrown straight into the Shane and Laurie story arc. So using the huge amount of skill points I got from the last mission, I get Shane halfway towards being maxed out already and jump straight in. This is nothing more than a foraging mission where you just collect berries from bushes and kill the zombies around them, so that was relatively quick. Then you go back to camp and the gang reunites with Rick, and then it really gets interesting, to be honest. The game kinda does this bit really well, as it immediately switches over to Laurie saying she wants nothing to do with Shane, that she's now off limits because she wants her family back. This obviously triggers Shane, as he has literally been the one providing and looking after them. He has been the family until then, so it's a very believable conflict. We then get our first proper HQ, which is rather cool, and I spend an embarrassing amount of time walking around trying to find this mission table, right? This mysterious mission table is just... It took me forever. I'm not proud. I'm not proud of how long it took me to find this table. I mean, how many tables do you think there are, right? It's... Yeah. I wasn't happy. It's still going. Oh my god. Yeah, this one's just still searching. But yeah, ends up it was right here. So one of the big problems I hear about this game is that there's no memorable missions, and although this game has a lot of problems, I believe I can safely say that that is not one of them. There are a few memorable missions in this game, maybe 3 or 4 at best, but they are there, and this, to me, is definitely one of them.
Probably went different.
Over here.
I just got an achievement saying make a good call. But no, it's just Laurie.
Help!
Yeah, I'm getting to you. Laurie, where you at? Yeah, I get it. Stop being so needy, it's very unattractive. Oh shit, Laurie's actually in trouble. I didn't realise she was actually in trouble, I thought she was being annoying.
Get off there!
Right, fair enough.
Yep, so basically the combat in this game is somewhat satisfying, and having an open area where I could go around and just kill them one by one was a lot of fun. I found a gun and actually managed to use a gun for the first time in this game, and that was kind of cool. I mean, this is the closest I'm going to get from like Rick's stand in Alexandria, and I liked it, right? It was okay. So now we have our temporary hold-up at Roadside, right? And this was a place and a part of the series that I kind of forgot about. We have a conflict between Laurie and Shane, quite clearly. And then we have walkers that attack, which means Sophia has her chance to run away and get lost. That's brilliant, but apparently in this version, I chase her down. The rest of the mission is pretty much what you'd expect. I find a shotgun, which is kind of cool, that kills people, and a machete, that's kind of cool, and I've got a screwdriver. I find Sophia, I tell her to hide here instead of just coming with me and letting me escort her out, which is kind of weird. But it's probably for the best, as a horde seems to just keep toppling over the balcony, which is sound because you can just stomp them until it introduces a new enemy that explodes when killed, which takes that strategy out of the game, so it's back to the shotgun. Oh no, there's zombies. So after 2 minutes of just kind of spamming everyone with my shotgun, I finally finished the waves and I can go back to get Sophia, and Sophia's not there, and it actually genuinely makes me mad, because she could stay there and it'd be safe and she'd be sound, or she could have come with me and we could have just left, and there were so many ways she could have survived and she didn't, and it annoys me. And ironically, adding on to that, as Rick and Shane argue about who the greatest protector in the group is, they allow Carl, the one person they've both been protecting, to get shots. But just like the TV show, every time Carl gets shot, it's for the best, and he comes back badass and introduces us to Herschel and his family.
Was he bit? Shot. Take him in there.
And now we have a brand new headquarters, the Green Farm. As soon as we get there, the sisters are squabbling, but it's not like what you'd think. One of them has to team up with Shane to find the supplies to save Carl, and I have this really cool idea where I'd love a relationship arc between Maggie and Shane, because I think that would be badass. So I choose Maggie. So I don't know why I've done this, but I ended up doing more of a stealth approach with Maggie, sneaking in, getting the supplies we needed, and then come around with Shane again to kind of clean up and take out the zombies that she walked past. I really have no idea why I done this, but it was really effective. I ended up blocking off doors and just kind of cornering them in certain rooms, going around killing them in like bunches of 5 or 6 stuff that I could handle. This felt strategic. I felt like I was playing somewhat of a strategy game. Then we get to the gym where there's just too many. There's just too many walkers, right? So I decide to hide in the corner and just kind of shoot them all as they come to me, because that's easy. And then I get like a 1-minute reminder, like I've got a minute and a half to kind of deal with these, so I'm going to run out of bullets. So I just end up running around trying to get them in groups and just shoot as many of them as I can. What's cool about this is it also switches me to Maggie and allows Maggie to like give me some covering fire, which would be amazing if it wasn't for the invisible fucking wall. But yeah, you know, points Maggie for trying. All joking aside, seeing Maggie and Shane team up like this was actually quite cool. I was not enjoying the sniper rifle at all, and the invisible wall was blocking every couple of shots, but it was still a fun mission. Then we get introduced to the first boss of the game, and I think, haha, sucks to be you, Shane, but nope, the game has other plans as it switches me instantly straight to Shane. Then after this mission, I was really feeling the Shane and Maggie chemistry. I thought this could be a really powerful duo until I completely forgot about the Walking Dead TV show, right? So Maggie falls with the first aid supplies, right? And I need the supplies to save my boy Carl. I need to save Maggie because saving Maggie results in Maggie being safe. So I spent an incredibly long time trying to figure out what to do. There is no timer on these decisions, so you can take your time and think about it. So I decided to get the first aid supplies so I could save Carl and condemn Maggie to death. Now here's the problem. There's only 3 seasons on this game, and that is by far the worst version of Carl, but Maggie still has a lot of potential. So that might have been my first or second hiccup, kind of, depending on how you're looking at it. So after this, we spawn back in at HQ, and we're Shane for some reason, but weirder than that, we are the skinhead version of Shane, showing that he has truly embraced his decision, which makes one of us. What's interesting about this is the very next mission is a flashback to the early days of the apocalypse, where Shane is single-handedly going down the corridors, taking out every zombie on his own, bare knuckles if he needs to, just to try and save Rick. See, this was interesting to me because just Shane chooses to embrace the darker side of himself, it shows you something wholesome like this, which was a bit confusing, right? But I realized there was going to be a point in this game where Rick and Shane have a showdown. Not both of them can survive. And this was gearing me up to, did I want Shane as my new leader, right? And that was a very difficult question to answer. Then once we get back, we realize that the barn is full of walkers and it really starts to kick off.
We either take care of this right now, or we just gotta go. Now hold on, Shane. You can't tell me you're okay with this. Get your weapons, y'all. Time to grow up. Your guests here. The hell with that, man. The right choice is the choice that keeps us alive.
Now, what I found particularly interesting about this mission was, I was Shane, right? Brilliant. Okay, still giving me that leader role. But the 2 people that teamed up with me to do this was Daryl and Merle. So I had a really powerful trio if I decided to do that.
Not in the leg, in the head.
Right
Oh, no, here. Get me here.
Sophia! Sophia!
So after killing all the walkers in the barn, we find Sophia. Rick has to kill Sophia, and then Shane comes to him apologizing, saying all the noise might have drawn out walkers, maybe they should do a perimeter check.
Too much noise.
What?
We made too much noise. We should check the fences. Make sure all that gunfire didn't draw more walkers.
All right. Let's do a sweep.
It ain't gonna be easy, but Lori will get over you. They done it before. They just gonna have to.
You gonna kill me in cold blood? Take my place so you can screw my wife?
Have my children?
My children! Call you daddy? Is that what you want? I'm a better father than you, Rick. I'm better for Lori than you, man, because I'm a better man than you, Rick, because I'd fight for her.
You're gonna have to shoot an unarmed man. Now listen to me, Shane. There is still a way back from this. Nothing has happened here. We're gonna lay down our guns. We're gonna walk back to the farm.
This only ends one way. Only one of us is going back to that farm.
So arguably one of the biggest choices of the game. Do I want Rick or Shane to lead? And I thought, hey, do I choose Shane and then Shane shoots Rick, and then do I choose Rick and then Rick stabs Shane? And I just think, hey, you know what? Let's keep the group together. Rick's pretty badass. I'm gonna just stick with a Rick storyline, right? Then I get something I didn't expect.
This ends here and now, Shane.
Wait. I fight Shane? I'm on our...
I knew I would have to choose between either Rick or Shane, but what I didn't expect is for them to make a full-blown boss fight, right? Whoever you choose, you fight the opposite. That was ace. That was badass.
Everyone here would be dead if it wasn't for me.
Fuck, no, it's not over yet, and there's walkers.
Yeah, not ready.
Check it out. I stole the principal's car.
Oh, no.
I need
Hey,
to
Dad,
get the edge
put
off.
chains on me.
Adrenaline.
Yeah. Give me stuff like that. Give me stuff like that. That'll make me want to kill Shane.
Same
Kill your
mom.
friend mission. Kill your friend.
This definitely stands out as one of the best missions in the game. The problem with this is, unlike the TV show, Rick and Shane were never friends on this game. If you didn't watch the TV show and you did play the game, which is a very weird thing to do, but if you are one of those people, then maybe it doesn't hit as close to home, but for me, this was badass, this was brilliant, and this is kind of what I think I wanted out of the TV show.
This was you, not me.
That was badass. That was a wicked fight. Wow.
The farm. Shit.
Oh no! Shane died in the fire at the farm. Oh
So I could continue this video, make it an hour long, and show you every single act in the game. However, admittedly, it is nothing but downhill from here. During my playthrough, I encountered a lot of bugs, a few of them game breaking, a few of them I had to restart. I had a lot of glitches, for better and for worse. I had characters who had died that had come back and become playable, so I could use them anyway. My one major problem with this game that I just can't get over is I paid 40 quid for this game. If I paid £10 for this game would be considered a good game. If I paid a £5, it'd be considered a great game. But that price never adds up and never even gets close to the end game product. I enjoyed the game. It was good, but for what I paid, and I know it's a small studio, but I expected a bit more. I think giving this game a 6 out of 10 is a very appropriate rating. It has a lot of good elements and a lot of bad elements, right? And they both do counteract each other just enough to kind of make it a mid-table game, right? As you can see, we're approaching the prison here. Brand new season, brand new mysteries. I may do a second part if you want to see a second part, or I could just do a gaming highlights so it shows you everything that I did within this footage. If you want any of that, let me know in the comments. Definitely let me know if you don't, so I'm not wasting my time. But yeah, prison outskirts, and maybe you'll see that in the next video.